2 weeks ago about the direct flight between here and London being canceled. Thomas Cook Airlines blamed it on the lack of customs agents here at the Reno Tahoe International Airport. And Landon Miller got an inside look at exactly how the customs process works when he came back from Guadalajara last week. In a story you will see only on 2.
So if you're not familiar with where customs is located at the airport, it's actually on the north side of the C terminal. You see this building here? This is U.S. Customs. So this is the exterior of the U.S. Customs building. As passengers depart the Volaris flight, they exit the plane and then they walk to the U.S. Customs building. Seems pretty simple, but once inside, passengers on Volaris's international flight experience some very long lines. We're talking a couple of hours. We weren't allowed to film inside the Reno Customs office, so this diagram here is going to have to do. Now, normally there are 3 full-time agents working inside of the building, but on the day that we were there were only 2, meaning 2 agents for a plane of about 150 passengers or so. The process, you enter over here, and then you can either go in one line or the other. 2 agents, keep in mind, responsible for disembarking the entire plane. Once you get your passport approved, you go over to this area to get your luggage, where you have to wait again in order to leave the building through the exit here. So about 45 minutes into it, this security officer, this U.S. agent, goes over to this area to start allowing people who've gotten their bags to leave the building, meaning the 70, the 80 people still in line had to all go through one agent. We were in customs for about an hour and 15 minutes, and we were one of the first ones to be screened.
Well, I mean, U.S. Customs and Border Patrol has got to step up in terms of their staffing here in Reno. That has to be addressed. Until we're able to accommodate more flights, we really can't go after more flights.
Well, right now we're not able to probably grow our international service because we're limited by the number of people that are processing the flights.
You may remember that this is the reason why Thomas Cook had to cancel their service to the area. Now, just to be clear, funding for U.S. Customs and Borders is all done at a federal level. The issue here is, how can Borders and Customs justify more agents when there are only 2 international flights? Another thing too, how can the airport bring in more international flights when there are only 3 full-time agents and wait times sometimes over 2 hours? Yeah, this is your typical catch-22. As of now, we have not heard of any plans to fix this issue, so the debacle, it continues. Covering the story, Landon Miller, Channel 2 News.